Mr. Mayor. The last I heard, Councilwoman Rafai was not able to make it. Ron, did he send you an email? There was a statement he asked to be read on his behalf.
Okay.
As you know, last I heard from Hassan was that he wasn't gonna make it, and I can't speak to Councilman El Samiri. But if Samiri comes and we have a regular meeting, if he doesn't come, I would defer to our city attorney, but we probably should at least give the councilman an opportunity to speak, so.
Right, so I think we're gonna treat it as a study session since there's no quorum, and we gotta have so basically, according to the charter, section 614, city attorney needs to, in other words, shall have a duty to file a complaint against offending officers before the council immediately upon receiving information of an offense. In this case, we received a report from a private investigator who was hired to investigate all candidates for both mayor and city council. And unfortunately, the report came back that 2 councilmen did not live in the city. And I think that report is attached to the agenda. So therefore, we have to bring this to the city council to provide those councilmen an opportunity to defend themselves. And we also have the private investigator here to tell us what he also found out, so you can have the full story. So I know Rana wanted to start, so basically the order of events here are gonna be the presentation by the private investigator, we're gonna have public comment, and then we're gonna have an opportunity for the councilman and the mayor to make your statements, just like any other end of any other study session, you would have a chance to speak. So the councilman would have a chance to speak and defend themselves, and we'll go from there. But first, I know Rana wanted to start.
So it's confirmed there is no quorum now?
Well, we're just laying it out, I mean, we're assuming because it's.
Samiri is not coming?
after.
Well, there are no resolutions on the agenda, so necessarily there's no need for a quorum if there's no resolution on the agenda, so nothing could be brought forth to vote on. But we are just having a discussion, the agenda does state discussion,
Okay.
so no need for a quorum for discussion.
But
So,
basically, Rana,
Mr. Mayor, so the meeting today it is an agenda, right?
It's an agenda.
It was intended to
But you're
be.
saying there is no agenda, so.
she misspoke, she does not saying that, so basically, the discussion has within it whether or not you have to choose one of 2 resolutions, whether or not to keep the candidates on the ballot and whether or not. So it was gonna be a choice for the council to make based on what was gonna be presented to the council. But since we don't have a quorum, we have to continue as a study session or else we're gonna be in violation of the charter. We're just following the charter here to make sure that we follow the process to give all parties a chance to speak before a decision is made regarding the candidacy moving forward. Also, at the next council meeting, because if there is a quorum at the next council meeting, we're gonna have to bring this back once again to discuss the section 611 and basically whether or not the offices of the 2 councilmen have been declared vacant because of the fact that this new information has come to light. So I could read the charter to you guys, but I don't think you want me to do that. So I think that in light of that, I think Rana just wanted to start by reading the affidavits that were signed. Then she'll queue up the private investigator to give his report. Then we can do public comment, and then the councilman would have a chance to speak.
Thank you, Ode. So the affidavit that all applicants turned in, they turned in an affidavit of filing, receipt of filing, an affidavit of identity, and also an affidavit of candidacy for elective office of City of Hamtramck, Michigan. And the reason we did this is there was a lot of talk about residency, and we wanted just to confirm that all residents who do apply for any position are in fact residents. So we didn't pick 1 or 2 people to do this investigation on. We did it on all applicants that passed the initial background check of the city. If they did not pass the initial background check of the city, which was indebtedness to income tax or property taxes or business licenses or tickets, those were immediately disqualified without even going to the public for PI for investigation. So we didn't put all applicants, just all applicants who passed the first test of background checks. So the application that was signed by the council members, or I'm sorry, by all applicants, states residency and eligibility. As we all know, a couple years ago, council members themselves passed the resolution to add on the ballot to make sure that all residents who've lived here for 1 year at least can now file for council member or mayor. So the application says residency and eligibility. I am a bona fide resident of the city of Hamtramck, Michigan, and have continuously and physically resided within the city limits for at least 1 year immediately preceding the date of this affidavit. I affirm that Hamtramck is my actual fixed and principal home where I habitually sleep, keep my personal belongings, and conduct daily affairs. I do not claim residency at any other address outside of Hamtramck for any purpose, including tax filings, voter registration, or driver's license records. I understand that merely owning or renting property in Hamtramck, staying occasionally, or using a Hamtramck address for official purposes does not qualify as residency under city or state law. I am a registered voter of the city of Hamtramck, and I'm seeking election for the position of fill in the blank for the upcoming municipal election. I'm only gonna read that part because that's the part that we're discussing today for residency. I just wanted to let you know that all applicants signed this application. So they are sworn, notarized, that these are all true statements. And after that, we received that, and they passed the first background checks. That's when we pushed them to the PI. And after a few weeks of investigation, we received first a preliminary background a report on all applicants, which all but 2 passed all of the background checks with the PI. And unfortunately, the situation arose because the 2 that are supposedly not residents are also currently on the city council. So I didn't want to take it upon myself to disqualify since charter says otherwise. So we brought it forth to the council to hopefully do what's right and what this charter and our ordinances say. And we're putting it in the hands of the council to hopefully do the right decision, make the right decision.
All right, so now Rana, you just wanna cue up the private eye to give his
Sure, so I'm gonna let,
presentation.
Jeff, are you ready?
I'd like to also add that the private investigation company that we hired is not affiliated with the
Jeff, I'll let you
city.
on in a minute.
It's a third-party vendor, and we've had absolutely no influence on this whatsoever. They were basically hired to do a job, and they reported back to us their findings.
All right.
So, Mr. Mayor, just a quick question regarding this private investigator. So you investigated with our city investigator previously. What happened to that part? And why you have double investigation? And when you hiring the
Can we
investigation,
Stay on track.
Yeah, that's not time for questions. We can't deliberate. This isn't a meeting, so we can't do deliberations, but we're doing the presentation right now.
Jeff,
Then we're
can
gonna
you say
have-
something? I just wanna make sure your voice is
Sure,
heard.
can you hear me okay?
Perfect, perfect.
Okay.
You're on screen right now and everybody's watching, so here's,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay, all right. Two of the applicants we found were not living in the city of Hamtramck.
can we see his ID?
Just one moment. Can you show your ID? Do you have your card or ID on you, Jeff?
Sure. Here's a business card.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
I can make that his office man.
You good?
That's perfect. Thank you. Please
Okay.
stop
No, we
interrupting.
need to see the badge also. It has to be credible before the game.
It's just a conversation. You can speak after.
People in the public, please, stop. This-
Thank you.
It's gonna be structured, the councilman will have an
We'll
opportunity
stop.
to
We
speak.
have an
This
order.
meeting is doing for the residents.
It's-
So we have right to speak. for
Yes,
the
you will
game.
have a right to speak at public
So he has
comment.
to.
Okay,
provide his
show your badge,
identification.
show your badge,
And
show your badge.
also,
If
Take
he's
him
not
out,
stopped, you
please.
gotta remove him.
Take him out.
I don't wanna remove it. After you're gonna have a chance to comment,
Yeah.
Charlie. Go ahead.
So we see something wrong.
So,
with
Can
this.
you please stop
Yes,
talking,
you will,
sir?
you will. Everybody will get a chance.
Sorry, Jeff. Carry on. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So we found two of the applicants that were not residing within the city of Hamtramck. One of them, Abu Ahmed Musa, we found him to reside at 28045 Kingswood Court in Warren, Michigan. That conflicts with the affidavit. The affidavit stated that he resides at 11441 Mitchell, Hamtramck. The Kingswood Court address was developed through investigative database and other public records, and it is verified by surveillance as well as by neighborhood canvas. The other applicant that we found that was not living in the city of Hamtramck was Muhith Mahmood, and he currently resides at 5555 Patterson, Troy, Michigan, which conflicts with the affidavit where he stated that he's at 3119 Holbrook Street, Hamtramck. And again, that residence of 5555 Patterson, Troy was developed through investigative database as well as other public records and was verified by surveillance as well as neighborhood canvas.
Can you please explain a little bit more about surveillance and canvas and what you did to come up with those,
Oh, certainly,
It's
yeah.
also GPS tracking.
and the GPS, yeah?
Sure. Yeah, no, we conducted multiple spot checks of all addresses, looking for vehicles and whatnot. We found vehicles that were registered to the applicants at the, for Mr. Musa. We found vehicles registered to him at the Kingswood Court address in Warren. We placed GPS trackers on 2 of those vehicles. One of them was a 2015 BMW X5, license plate JAHEDA. The other vehicle was a 2018 Toyota Corolla, the license plate EXH6045. Both vehicles consistently have been staying the night at the Kingswood Court address in Warren.
Hassan, please.
As far as the neighborhood canvas, neighbors of 28045 Kingswood Court verified that Mr. Musa does reside there and has resided there for at least a year. With Muhith Mahmood, we did find one of his vehicles on one night at the 3119 Holbrook Street. That was the only night we ever saw it there, and that was a BMW X5 as well. And give me just a second. I don't have the license plate directly in front of me right now, but we did place GPS on that vehicle. And that vehicle also consistently went to the 555 Patterson, Troy, Michigan address. There were other vehicles that we saw there that weren't registered to that address or to Mr. Mahmood. And one of those vehicles was the vehicle that he brought to the city council meeting the other night. According to his neighbors, he's lived there for at least 10 years. And he drives the BMW and the other vehicle that we saw go to the city council meeting, which was a Toyota Highlander, license plate Alpine 1. And that's all we got on here. So, any other questions?
Ode, do you have any questions for him?
No, thank you. So basically, that's the investigation that we got. Thank you, Jeff. So now I think we move to public comment, because I'm saying we can't deliberate. we don't have a quorum. We have to be very careful. So no deliberation, move to public comment. After public comment, we go to the same, what are they called? The announcements at the end of the meeting or whatever? The
Community announcements?
no,
Reports.
the mayor's speech and,
Reports.
yeah, the reports, thank you. The mayor's report and then the council's report, they'll get a chance to speak, and then we can conclude.
Do you want Jeff to be online?
There's no need,
I
no.
think if
Jeff,
there's,
thank you so much. I'll
wait,
get
wait,
back to you.
Rana, I think, you know, if there's any questions to Jeff, it's now, this is the time. Not from the public. For example, personally, I mean, even if these are facts, the report is very poorly written, like no dates, no times, This is like,
Mr. Mayor,
it doesn't
he-
show any efforts,
We
like,
asked him to go as fast as possible because we have a deadline of today. So he gave us as quick as possible the report that he could, but he still needs time to put together a more thorough report. That would take a long time. So we don't have that kind of time. He gave us the report that he had based on his findings. So I understand, I agree the report doesn't have a lot of details in it. But these are the details that he provided us now, which he's gonna end up putting into a report. And so,
Mr. Mayor, please keep in mind that, I mean, there's a lot of information that'll go into a report such as that. Surveillance, like long surveillance videos, there could be GPS tracking, I mean, there could be, it could be significant, a very, very long detailed report. Because of the deadline to essentially either yes, keep the candidates on the ballot or not, you didn't have time to get it back. So they provided us their initial letter indicating that they don't live here, you know, with more to follow, essentially, you know. So, but we didn't have time for that to happen. It's just, there's just too much to compile.
if this ends up being going to court, which I assume it will, that would be a time when he'd have to provide a more thorough report, and he could be cross-examined in a deposition or in court. Now is not the time. I'm telling you, we have to be very careful here regarding the Open Meetings Act. I don't want to deliberate. I think we need to just move forward and move on.
okay.
And also, one last thing.
Keep in mind that since there's not a quorum today and council cannot officially act today on this, that we will have to bring this back to the next council meeting. The next council meeting, council has to make a decision on this. So there will be actually another opportunity.
Well, they're gonna have to make a decision on the vacancy issue, but the candidacy issue is gonna have to be made today. Rhonda's gonna have to make a decision.
correct.
They've been offered due process. We don't have a quorum at that point with a deadline looming. Rhonda's gonna have to make a decision based on what she hears today that can be appealed to a circuit court by the candidates, but if they don't like it, or by a citizen or another candidate if they don't like it. So, her decision, excuse me. So I think public comment now, Mayor.
So I'm gonna let Jeff go?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, could you just announce if anybody want to speak, they have to write their name and give it to clerk?
Yeah, please, those who are new here, if you would like to speak in the public comment, write your name. There's a card over there. Write your name and address and give it to Rana.
Okay, I'm gonna start. We're done?
You wanna go ahead, because there's no order here. It just went as we go. Excuse me, are you in a rush, sir?
She just
No, no, no,
shuffled
are you
it
in a rush?
based on your.
Chief.
I shuffled it?
Not based on his.
Oh, you know, I already
That's
know
not
what kind
true.
of person you are by
No, no,
making that
hold on.
statement.
He's
I
not-
shuffled?
All right, sir.
I don't even know who you are, sir. I don't even know your name.
Chief, at this point, it's an instruction.
Okay.
Let the chief handle it.
Don't disrespect the resident. Let them to talk.
Councilman, just let the chief handle it. The chief can type it down.
Let them respect and let them to talk.
No, we have to have a good order. I'm not trying,
I'm not gonna start until everything's in order.
because it's gonna keep delaying this today's Juma too. Go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, if anybody has rushed to go, I think they should give them priority because this
Yes.
meeting was called.
Yes, please. No, if they're in a rush, that means they make their comment and leave.
That's what I see.
Not that they want to make their comment first and sit down and watch
Well,
the rest
if
of
there
the
are a few
meeting.
minutes, they can stay. You can mandate everything, Ms. Rana.
See, he's being nice to you. Look, brother.
Diaz, no, Diaz, please. We're already starting and you're delaying us more. Diaz, please.
Rana, let the
Go
chief
further.
handle it.
Okay, hold on.
Let the chief handle it. If the chief needs to move something around, please let him know.
What's his name? What's his name?
My name is Badrul Chowdhury. Okay, first I'd like to make a request to make another investigation to find out whether there is a connection between Ms. Rana and the investigator. First of all, the investigator failed to identify himself. He didn't even mention his entity, whatever, whatsoever. And the report he presented is very poor. It's like a second grader. So based on that, if city attorney and the clerk make a decision to disqualify a candidate, there will be a big lawsuit. And I like to remind all of you, if this result in a court and resident has to pay out of their pocket, it's not going to happen. those who will be making the decision, they should have a insurance on their pockets. So should something happen, they have to cover out of their
He
pockets.
also has to talk to the mayor.
That's one thing, and I like to make a comment about this private investigation. I'm not in favor of any candidate, but I just found that this is very poor investigative report that is provided. First of all, has the candidate provided their primary domicile? It does not match with the driver license or anything else. And their driver license address, second, their homestead exemption, their border registration, the address of their the tax returns. And one other thing I'd like to ask through the council, the city attorney, whether he's been informed about this situation months or year before about one or more than one candidate, about a candidate owning more than one houses in a city of Hamtramck or in other city. If that's the case, the city attorney come up with a better clarification on this. And this report has to be made public. And basically, that's all I had to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, oh, I'm sorry, yes, before, I was trying to read the councilman's email before this gentleman, so I'll read it now. This is from Khalid Rafai. Good afternoon, everyone. I respectfully submit this statement to inform the mayor, council, and everyone that I cannot attend the special council meeting scheduled for this afternoon. Due to the limited notice and insufficient time coupled with prior obligations related to my interstate job, I am regrettably unavailable to participate. I appreciate your understanding and affirm my continued commitment to serving the residents of Hamtramck alongside my colleagues. Yes, please. 3 minutes.
Hi, thank you, Mayor. Everybody's present here. This was an emergency meeting that we all came to know regarding the two candidates. Because of their status of living in two different places, they're being questioned today. So we all know that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So my question here, why they're being eliminated from the election, which we have seen in the news. I don't know how true is that, but it's been going on along the social media, in the reviews, that they cannot attend the election and the coming election. So this needs to be clarified very good, because these people have served already one term. This is the second term they're trying to serve with the same cause. So in order to investigate, this needs to be thoroughly investigated, and not just relay a message to the community that they're being revoked from the election. I think we should investigate until proven guilty, and everything should go like it is, and get more proofs of what is actually going on. There are many citizens in the United States that have many addresses they live. So we have to find out what was their intention of living in two different places. Was it because to gain the seats here, or is it because of their family issue, or is it something that people have the right to live in that way? So this is all. Let's find out all together in the ball and do the investigation. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I will just clarify that basically we are doing the due process. So that's what this is. So if we had just, if Rana had just disqualified them with no bringing it to the council, that's what you guys are talking about. But what we're actually doing here is following the charter, which says that we need to bring it to the city council. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a quorum today, which means we can't have a meeting where the city council decides the question. And unfortunately, Rana has to decide by 4 p.m. to submit it to the state. So she has to decide based on what's going on here today. So we can't do any deliberations. We have to just do how we're doing right now because we don't have a quorum. If we had a quorum, this would be the trial. This would be what you guys are talking about. That's what we want. We don't want to just, Rana could have just disqualified them and sent them a letter, and then they could sue. But instead, we're trying to follow the law, give them due process under the law. They're innocent until proven guilty. This is their chance. This is their opportunity. It should have been much more deliberative, but we don't have a quorum here. So because we don't have a quorum, we're doing it like this, which is a stripped down version where I can't deliberate, can't ask the gentleman questions. We can't do any of that. So we're trying to do that. That's what this is. So right now, you guys are all speaking, which is part of the process. In a few minutes, the councilman will get to speak and give their part of it. We're not trying to do anything without due process. That's exactly what we want, so.
Thank you. Is it Akan Chowdhury?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Akan Chowdhury, living in 3110 Holbrook Street. I get very surprised that when I hear that Mr. Mohit Mahmood is not living here. So far, I think since he purchased the house, just I'm living in opposite of his house. I'm living just opposite. 3119 he's living, I'm living in 3110. But every time I see him, whenever I need him, I found him. So I should very surprised, and I request you, if the investigation is going on, is doing correctly, so please do it correctly. This is my main request. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pass it on.
Good afternoon. My name is Hassan Ayun. I was a candidate in Dearborn. They removed me from the ballot. I filed the biggest lawsuit today for $160 million against the Secretary of State, Wayne County, and Dearborn. What the guy did by putting GPS violated the Fourth Amendment right. You guys are entitled to a lawsuit in federal court. First of all, GPS, you can't put GPS. Why? I'll tell you why. Illegal cease and seizures, he needs a search warrant from a judge. How are you gonna sit here and no pictures and no nothing, bring it to city council, and city council can't do nothing? First of all, there's a law under Michigan MCL, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Michigan MCL 168558 totally indicates, and somebody took this to the appeals court, and the appeals court issued this as you guys cannot sit here for errors or anything to disqualify anybody. And the problem is, who makes the final decision is the clerk. She has to send it to be investigated to the Attorney General, to Wayne County. She's got no authorization whatsoever to get a private investigator. You guys put yourself in the big lawsuit, the Giuliani case, settled for $149 million. I referenced that in my case. So you guys put yourself in a lawsuit, and I'll send you the lawsuit, my brother, and file it in federal court, get you a lawyer. And you know what? You guys ruined his reputation right now. You guys, in front of this public over here, you tore him up. This is not what you do. You gotta follow the rules under Michigan MCL. Your charter don't mean nothing. You cannot sit there in conflict with the charter, Michigan MCL rules. You guys don't know that? Under 117.36, nothing should conflict for state law. You guys put yourself in a big lawsuit. I need an extra minute. This is unnecessary. Like, you guys got a private investigator. You want to get rid of him? You file the necessary paperwork in circuit court to the chief judge. The chief judge will rule. Then you guys put yourself in a whistleblower case for $148 million. This is reference to the Giuliani case. So this is crazy. That's why I came here today. Like, you guys put yourself in a lawsuit. Like, this is unnecessary. You put the guy's name, the other guy's, the gentleman's name out here. You guys bashed them out. This is defamation. This is crazy.
All right, so I guess I'll just clarify here and jump in again. So as part of the candidates, when they signed the affidavit that Rana the clerk referenced originally. As part of that application, that the candidates signed that they agreed to a background check as part of that. Number two, private investigators don't need a warrant. They're specifically private investigators don't need a warrant if they're licensed to place GPS trackers as part of an investigation.
Under the Fourth Amendment? Yeah, they do.
So at the end of the day,
Come on, bro.
Calm down, please.
Same like bounty, bounty don't need,
Don't make me look like a liar, bro, please.
Hassan,
Yeah, exactly.
you spoke your part.
No, I don't like somebody call me a liar.
You spoke your part, Hassan.
for the record, I'm not calling him a liar. I like Hassan, he's a good guy.
Okay, thank you.
What's the next one?
Thank you. Ahmed Sharaf.
Oh, thank you. You're rolling it, Mr. Hassan. Okay, I'm gonna be so simple today. Assalamu alaikum, and happy Friday, and happy Saturday, and happy Sunday to everybody. This gentleman, I don't like to be interrupted, sir. That's a disrespect, okay? No, seriously, we have to respect our officials. Our mayor been attacked with the same dirty rules for the 2.5 years, maybe. Our official as well. I'm talking here about I mean, if they speak, I cannot speak. I'm gonna keep silent.
Your time is going.
That's fine. For the death of moral and respect, I will.
Whoever is talking in the public, please keep it quiet.
Ms. Rana, with all due respect, and our attorney, I know the state law, and I'm going to ask for extra minute, allowed citizen of this great country to live in 2 states. How and the H, our city, will first and dictate what Mr. Mahmoud and Abu Musa cannot live in 2 different cities. I do so too. So if that will affect our, rights, I think we should consider that. It's a dictated city. That's one thing. You make me break my religion, visit this gentleman the middle of the night, live in front of everybody, open his refuge, tour in his kids' bedrooms, his living room, because I have to do my own investigator. If you believe that's right to be doing, I think we should consider that, sir. I'm not against anybody, please. I have to go yesterday live. I have to sit in front of his job for probably an hour, 2 hours, bring 2 gentlemen to Hamtramck residency to just flash him in camera live. So that wasn't good for me. Please respect our city in any kind of cost. Please, thank you. Thanks, Rana.
Thank you. Can I add something? Anyone can have 500 homes and live in 500 homes in 500 cities all over the country, but you will always legally have 1 residency. You can only have 1 residency, no matter how many homes you have. That's legally.
Let me use my 30 seconds.
Nope, I'm sorry.
No.
Nope, sorry. Sorry, Ahmed. Sadul Islam?
how you doing? My name is Saidul Islam. I'm requesting to get some, little bit of more extra time. First of all, I want to say, I grew up in this city, and I know especially everything, what's going on in this city. I came here when I was a very young child. Went to Ham High, graduated from, there and everything. And what disgusts me is that people that lives in a different city and then they're trying to run for city councilman or mayor or whatever, I have nothing against you, just so you guys know. But I think that what you guys did is just a cheating throughout the whole thing. And the reason that you have to live in a city is because you guys don't feel this struggle. I feel this struggle. I know what's going on every day. I come to Max every day and tell him my complaints, what's going on. You guys don't live in the city. I don't think you guys need to run for that city. The position that you guys are sitting on doesn't pay that much. So my question is to you guys, why are you guys running? Since this is not paying, let's say if it was like, if I wanted to run for a city mayor, I could, but I don't have the time. I have businesses and stuff like that, so I'm doing businesses. I don't have no time, so I'm not running it. So for me, the money is not there. So the thing is, for you guys, the money is not there. So why are you guys running it, and why are you guys bringing the city down? And I don't know what's going on with the city. I'm sorry, your name is Rana. This is taking too long. Sooner you guys have to find out, you guys have to remove it. You know, I think this is a disrespect to my community, my city, my resident, and everything. So I think that if you guys, we all know the truth. You know, behind the doors, we all know the truth, what's going on, you know. So we don't need to hide it, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm just gonna say the way it is. And I'm requesting with the councilman and the mayor, please answer my question. I like to get that answer. As a citizen, I like to know what's going on with this. Second of all, it's just too many chaos going on. It's shame, like I'm feeling shame to be Bengalis, you know? Just going and showing my face as a Bengali. There's too many corruption going on. You know, we heard a couple months ago something. Now, today something else. Like, I you know, like you could hear a shake in my voice. That's basically coming from the anger. What you guys did is not right. We need apology, you know, publicly. And if you guys don't live in the city, I just need you guys to quit your position and just leave. I hope I could rest my case, and I apologize again. I'm not trying to mean anybody anything. I'm not trying to disrespect anything, but I felt like I got disrespected. The citizen of Hamtramck got disrespected. The reason I'm talking all this, because look, we live in the city. I grew up in the city. I have memories on every corner of the street. I mean, every street I have, like, stuff, you know. We go through the struggle. You guys might not go through the struggle. You guys might understand what's going on in the city. So why are you guys running it? That's my question. If you guys could answer it for me, I highly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. I have Ruman Chowdhury.
Thank you so much for giving me a time. Actually, I'm coming here for same reason. Yesterday, I seen online portal about Mohit Mahmood, and I know him very long time, and I'm a small business owner since last 2-3 years on Hamtramck. So whenever I need a help, I always call Mohit Mahmood, and he always welcoming in his home. It was in Holbrook, and he is a great community leader and great person, always welcoming to go his home, drinking tea, and try to solve my problems. So I have, I just need to tell you everyone, they have no doubt his residency in Hamtramck City. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Akiko Shamim.
Good afternoon, Mayor. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I like to know, City Council investigate, find the 2 councilmen, their non-residence is in the city of Hamtramck. Abu Musa is in the, since 12 years, is in the, running the elected official in city of Hamtramck as a councilman. He was in the Mayor Potom, is in the 4 years. Mohit Mahmood running in the last 4 years to the city council. So all those things is coming to, I heard that about 2 years ago is investigation going on about their residency. And city investigator find out is their residents of the city of Hamtramck, and they don't take any legal action or anything, they clear out. And now this year is coming to the election, start to the drama. It is the drama, it starts to Mohit Mahmood, start from the Mohit Mahmood. Mohit Mahmood go to the city official every door to door. He own or he have any legal issue to the against of him about his candidacy. Everybody say to him, it is clear. I saw the video footage. He go to the every door to door is in the city official. After 2-3 days, and he get the notice, his candidacy is cancelled because of the city. He owned the city tax or something like that. And after that, he spent the $5,000 and hired the lawyer, and lawyer sent to the letter, and city say, oh, okay, you are okay. After that, coming to the investigation of their residency. I am living in the city of Hamtramck. I was in the real estate business in the last 40 years. I am very familiar within the city of Hamtramck and city officials. I never heard that like this drama. I like to end this kind of drama, and nobody is losing. Since 2003, same was in the Shahab Ahmad Shumin was in the councilman, and this time is jeopardized with is in the election, and we go to the federal court, and lawsuit and city lose is in the millions of dollars. This time, mayor or city manager or city official, nobody pay this money from their pocket. We are in the taxpayer.
Thank you.
We are in the taxpayer. We are paying our money for nothing.
Thank you.
This kind of investigation,
Thank you, Mr.
it is the
Chaudhry.
correct things.
Shamim. Thank you, Mr. Shamim.
I got three sentences.
Sorry. You could wait until the second round if you'd like. Naim Chaudhry.
Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Mayor Ghalib and official city council and city administration. First of all, beloved citizens, thank you for being here today. This is a very special meetings, and I know you've taken out your time, valuable time to come here. I'm here to speak about this special meetings. I'm a former council member named Leon Chaudhry, residing at 10021 Conan Street, Hamtramck, Michigan 48212. This investigation, it is unfair. It was not professionally done. The due diligence was not combined to this official. Very short notice to this council member, to that extent where they are running for this upcoming election. This short notice will not allow them to liberate or give them chance to explain their situation. I have known Mr. Mohit Mahmood for last 10 years. He's residing at 3199 Holbrook. I've been to his house many times, had a family gathering. I also known Abu Musa, Councilman Abu Musa, for a long time in the city of Hamtramck. Thing is, we wanted to have a fair election. We wanted to have the charter rules, law by citizens. However, when you are fair to one person and not fair to the others, that's unconstitutional. You must give everybody same opportunities to exercise their rights. You know, whether they're here or they live somewhere else. Most of us here, we have multiple houses here in other cities. But as Madam Clerk said, that you should have a one principal residency, and you get exemptions, homestead exemptions. That shows you that it proves that you are here, you are residents of Hamtramck. Again, I think you should give them a more chance, or give them a opportunity to explain their residency. I would urge city administration to do your due diligence precisely. Don't make this city look bad as it is already. We've been on the media, we've been on so many things. This is a small city, 2.2 square miles. We've given so much time to the media, to attention to the city. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. God bless you, and happy Jummah. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Sultan Sharif.
Procurator.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Shiraj Udan.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I talked to this Abu Musa. He's a good person. My next door, long time. Abu Musa Muhid Mahmood. Sometime he say help you 2%. Everything good talk. I say we see this.
Thank you. Nasir Sabuj.
Good afternoon, everybody. So first, I want to ask a question to Ms. Rana. You say people can have 50 houses, but one primary residence. How do you classify this primary residence?
That's
Rana, no.
legally.
Huh?
I'm not gonna answer.
After you, just do your full 3 minutes.
Right, so people have multiple houses, and thus investigator did the investigation is completely vague. Anybody can do it from there. This investigation does not have any date, any time when he did it, and
Please
according.
talk to the mayor.
Okay, and according to the state of Michigan law, this person who lived any property 183 days should be his residency for any electoral purpose. And how come he concluded this investigation in a short period of time that the both gentlemen not living in this house? Also, he said he saw the cars parking outside to their house. It could have been their wife drove them to the car to their houses. It could be very vague thing. I mean, this investigation has no merit on this one. That's why I'm asking that there is no validation for this one, and we should, and both gentlemen should file class action lawsuit against, this investigator and other person for defamation, because it does not clearly make any sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Rizal Chowdhury?
Good afternoon, Council. This special meeting, I had to come to speak. The 2 councilmen were investigated, and the investigation report we just heard, it's not, it doesn't look like a professional investigation. There should be more information and documents, and the councilmen should have enough time to defend themselves through their attorneys. And the main things, the residency proof with their primary residency exemption, with their home insurance, and their home buying and living in a neighborhood's witnesses. We didn't see anything on that report. So my request is, don't take both candidates from the ballot, because it's going to be favor to their competitor, and the election is going to be questionable. And if you have a legitimate investigation and you have proof, you can do it later. You can take them out of the council. So why we are stopping them to running for the election? Let them face the people of the Hamtramck and let them decide. Thank you.
Thank you. Sam Olasari?
Good afternoon, Mayor. How are you? I just see those information I'm trying to understand. The residency, especially if Mr. Mahmoud honestly lived in a different city. Is that Mr. Mahmoud, when he lived in a different cities, actually his IDs, the taxes, and everything was sent to these addresses, or just only because he went there and he have another houses and he went to sleep or maybe to visit or stay there? That's what I'm trying to get. The second things I want to ask, if there is any way you could do like extension with those 2 councilmen until this investigation is over. Other than that, I mean, to remove them at 4 o'clock today, I don't think it's fair actually for them. So to prevent any lawsuit against the city, we need to do it is accurate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that all? I can't make you speak again, sorry. We'll have another session.
So now it's, we move past everything
Yeah.
else, and now it's, they get their chance to speak, their reports.
Mr. Abu Musa, you want to go first, or would you like me to
The
go?
mayor probably wants to go
Oh,
first.
Mr. Mayor, okay. Sorry.
Hassan, please.
Hassan, you can't.
You shouldn't speak.
Okay, so I would like to know first, Max, you told me yesterday that we received an official report from them. Do you have that official report?
We have the official letter from them at this point. The full report will be forthcoming.
See, this is what is disturbing. The guy is presenting something as if he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm not here defending anyone. I'm supporting the law, whatever. If I am in violation of the law, I should be punished and penalized. But for us, how much did we pay this guy to make a report, an investigation?
So it will vary depending upon the candidate, based upon how much work is actually put into it.
Well,
Some-
based on his report, he didn't put any efforts to even prepare himself to present to the council. Because it looks like he's lost. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's not using official documents or evidence that are reliable. And this is, I'm not saying, I'm not judging here. Whether
Mr. Mayor, can I please? He only knew that he was gonna attend this
it
meeting.
doesn't matter. He's been
30
doing the
minutes.
investigation for what? For a week or so? He should know more. He should
He
present
was
us.
limited on speaking certain things.
Whatever.
But
I
that's
mean,
fine.
it's based on the amount he spent, and I'm sure we paid him thousands of dollars to do this. There is no report. There is no. I was told that yesterday we received an official report.
Thank you.
And based on that, we have a meeting today, and we rushed for this meeting. This is. I'm not saying. I told you guys, whoever is in violation should be penalized, but we have to have some reliable evidence. It doesn't seem like he was ready. It doesn't seem like the evidence were ready, or I don't know. This report seemed biased for me, but I'm not here to defend them. I'm saying they are all my friends. I get along with them very well. But as a city, we should be, respected for the job. It should be professional. It should be the decision we will take may cost us a lot. If there's no reliable evidence, there would be a big lawsuit, and who's paying for that? I mean, the consequences will be severe for us. If we have, confirmed evidence and reliable evidence, and we take a decision, that way we will be safe, we will be protected. But based on what we see now, it's just, I saw this, I saw the car, I saw this. Did he report the interviews with the neighbors? Did he tell us what time he was there watching? This is the stuff I want to see, so I can take a decision. Well, I'm not going to take a decision, but the city will. And based on that, we have to be sure that we have solid evidence. Other than that, it's going to be risky. And there would be some consequences, which I'm not happy with at this moment. I'm not convinced with this report that we have solid evidence. This is my point.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, we're not to that point. I mean, they have not compiled the final report. I mean, I can't say to each investigation because I don't have specific details, but I mean, I could tell you it could be 100 pages long. In the little snippet they presented online, he basically indicated that they had surveillance, they had GPS tracking, they had all kinds of things. That takes a long time to compile. That is not something that can literally be done in a very, very short window. And frankly, we have deadlines here. The Madam Clerk has to submit this to Wayne County to move this forward. They presented an official letter indicating what they found with a report forthcoming, but I mean, there's only so much that can be done in a short window of time. We convened this meeting very rapidly to give the councilman, frankly, a chance to not get disqualified today. If the rest of council would have been here today, they could have overruled it. But unfortunately now, the clerk is going to have to make the decision based upon the evidence at hand. And I have no doubt that the report that will be forthcoming is going to be detailed with dates, times, interviews, who they talked to, timestamps, probably hours and hours of video surveillance. Just my limited knowledge on, in this field, I suspect there's going to be boatloads of it at some point, but it takes time to compile that. This company has put their professional reputation and their license, because they're a licensed company, out on the line to indicate that this is what we have. And they did it now because they have a very short window to do it in. And that's what we have right now. That's what we have in our hands to deal with. This gentleman, honestly, I didn't know he was actually gonna attend today. Before, 2 hours ago, I was of the mind that the investigator wasn't even gonna be here for this, because I knew that the final, all the evidence wasn't gonna be in. This was a very last minute thing, just for him to at least put a face with it and say some basic facts so that the councilman have an opportunity to speak, knowledgeable of what's against them in a short time window. I fully expect there to be a lot more to come from this, a significant amount. But we only have a short window to work with.
So now let's look at the future. When they present evidence that their ID is here, they pay the tax here, their insurance address is here, versus I saw his car there, I talked to someone there. Which one will be more valid when there's a lawsuit?
They're all combined together, and it's up to the body of the trier of fact to decide. So here, the trier of fact is going to be the council. Again, we tried to have a meeting to do it the right way, where the council is presented with the evidence, the councilman can provide their defense, and the council decides. It's sort of like a judge, but it's 6 judges, okay? And the council would decide their fate. We don't have that today because we don't have a quorum. So now that's going to be moved to the next meeting. However, unfortunately for Rana, she's going to be stuck in the position of deciding based on what she heard today, what she thinks is going to be, whether or not their candidacy is to continue or not. But that was not what the intent was, because as the charter states, we're supposed to come and convene, and that's what we did. We brought an emergency meeting, we brought the evidence to provide so that the councilmen aren't sitting there saying, what do they even know? We provided it, but it is, it is true that the report, again, was not detailed. I know that, but it's because he had such a short period to do it. I did speak to the investigator myself at some point, and he told me about multiple neighbors and multiple situations and multiple times, and he did give me times, and he was reading them to me. He just didn't compile it for this. I think he looked a little nervous and put on the spot a little bit. And number 2, it was just short notice. So, but the point is that we are trying, what everybody wants is to give the councilman a chance. That's exactly what we're doing. Now, if the rest of the councilmen, or at least one other councilman had come, we would have a quorum and they could vote and they could decide. And they are the trier of fact. They are the judge or the jury, however you want to put it, in this situation, according to the charter, which I read from earlier, charter section 6, subsection 14. And 611 is going to be the one we do next time. But the point being, that's what this is for. It is the opportunity. And you know what? If the councilman if one more councilman was here, what each one of these councilmen could have yelled at that gentleman and said, why is this so not detailed? What is going on? Blah, blah, blah. And we could have had a conversation about it, more deliberative. But because we can't deliberate, because we don't have a quorum, it's not allowed, we're stuck with Rana deciding. And that's not what we wanted. Again, we were trying to give these councilmen an opportunity to defend themselves and say, this evidence is nothing. To bring people that you did today, public comment, to defend them, to show, hey, we do live here. That's what all these gentlemen said. They said, hey, I go to his house, I had tea there, this and that. That's what this is all for. That's what the purpose. So now is their chance to talk and defend themselves, and then we go from there.
Can I add something as well? If I had the evidence come to me and say you aren't residents, it's not in my power to say I'm gonna overlook that and still put them on the ballot. That's not I can't do that. So that's another reason why we brought it forth to you, because I had evidence brought to me, and it's not up to me to make that final decision. It's up to you guys.
Well, that's the thing. If it's up to the council and there is no quorum today, what's going to happen in the next meeting? Like, let's say she took a tough decision to disqualify someone, then the next meeting comes and they voted to keep them on the ballot. So what is the situation in this?
Rana, could you place them back on the ballot post-haste?
It's not 100%, but I'm sure things can be done with the ballot before they go to print. I don't know when the printing goes, and like I told you in the meeting Tuesday, the county already waits on our city every single election to get these ballots printed and done. So I'm sure we have some leeway until the ballots are printed.
So basically what she's saying is, yeah, we can bring this back in front of the council at the next meeting, and we're gonna have 2 issues at hand. Subsection 614 and 611. Basically whether or not they're candidates, whether she should, I don't know what her decision is gonna be. So one way or the other with regards to that, and then number two, with regards to their actual positions on the city council, based on the fact that according to the report we received, it could be considered that their positions are vacant. Therefore, the council needs to decide, is their position considered vacant or not? Now, that's for the next meeting, if there is a forum.
Okay, so let's give the council members a chance to, defend themselves and to, answer some of the questions and respond to some of the allegations that we heard. The first resolution is the discussion of the candidacy of and residency of Mr. Mohit Mahmood. So if you have any,
Mr. Mayor, thank you. Thank you.
Jumped in. This isn't the discussion. We are not doing the discussions. Those are no longer. This is just your councilman report, which you can use as your chance.
So can I please speak? Thank you.
Okay, sure.
So, Mr. Mayor, with your request, I'm going to say something very briefly. I'm going to deny the allegation. This is completely wrong. It has humiliated me to my community and the people that love me and they voted for me. I feel insulted. This is not my purpose to make my community embarrassed to the world, to the newspaper, and anyways. But today, bring me, before you guys decided, you put it to the news. You send it to the newspaper. What, it is intentional, intentionally you guys trying to targeting us, or what's going on? It's really struggling. I'm really frustrated. I'm angry. I'm not going to speak anything. I'm just going to deny the allegation. Every freaking piece of paper is here. If anybody wants to see it, I can show it right now. I can tell you that. Stop doing the bullshit. This is what I have, everything that you need to see it. And every single piece that's Ranati that is qualified with the candidate to applying for a position, it's everything met here. And how I'm not going to know this guy, not going to edit his report by next 24 hours.
Excuse me, I want to say something, sir.
Hey, you know that you're yelling as well, you can get kicked out.
I'm sorry, this is it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilman Abu Musa.
Actually, third, my attorney, he gonna talk on behalf of me. I was the councilman for more than a decade. I disagreed for the investigation, and I'll sue the court. Definitely. I hope you guys pay from your pocket, not the resident from the city of Hamtramck pay their own taxes. I'll sue the court. If I don't decide it, I'll sue the court again and again.
Is it all for reports? Can we go back to public comment?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam Alasari.
Again, Sabalasri. The way I see it, I don't think we have anything is being convinced by the proper investigation. The same things, those guys, they have people asking they vote for them. If there is any way, honestly, to leave Metropolitan until we get this decision is being done by the city council for next week. That way we can prevent any problems or any situations. And that's what I'm trying to ask the mayor, and I'm asking everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Hassan, 2 minutes.
An extra minute, please. Not gonna help me. Good afternoon, Sana Yun. Now I'm gonna refer this to the attorney, 11736. Charter provision, conflict. No provision of any city charter should conflict with state law. Now, your charter don't mean shit. Excuse my language.
Then don't use it, please.
I'm not, please,
No, he
don't
can't speak
interrupt
like
me.
that. You can't speak like that.
You're not the what's it called. He's the one that throws out the meat. You can't do nothing. Please don't disrespect me. Please. I need an extra minute, Mr. Mayor. Listen, guys. It's common sense. You cannot get an investigator. You guys got to take these guys to court to remove them. You cannot sit here and tell somebody we're putting a private investigator. Anyways, there's another thing that I'm going to tell you what it is over here. It says, hold on. Just 1 second. See, I'm well prepared for this one. Nobody shall come and tell you guys they want to sit there unless you consent to a tracking device on your car and your car. This is a Fourth Amendment right violation. Illegal seize and seizure. Right now, say they're doing a criminal investigation. Do they need a search warrant to get a GPS? Yes, they do. You cannot, it's illegal to put GPS. Fine. Then I'll put GPS on you and you and you and you, and I'll check all 4 of you if you're there. This is illegal. It says it in the Michigan MCL. This is crazy what's going on. You guys embarrassed them. You insulted them. They have a lawsuit for $148 million because of the case where they defamed 2 people, and these 2 people got defamed, not defamed because they're public officials, but you embarrassed them, you humiliated them. You guys, you put yourself in a lawsuit for what? She could have just sat there and disqualified. She can do that. But she has to call the Attorney General, Wayne County, and everybody else. You guys cannot open this meeting as this is a violation of the Open Meetings Act right now. This is not a crime. You guys came here to embarrass these 2 gentlemen. Look, they got frustrated. He got thrown the paper. He ripped the paper. This is crazy. Max, you don't like these 2 guys? Don't humiliate them like this, bro. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing to the Hamtramck. I'm being serious with you guys. This is sad.
Yes, do you have anything else to say? Yes, do you want to speak anymore?
Me?
Yeah?
No.
Badrul Chowdhury?
Good afternoon again. Thank you for giving me time. I was a little carried out earlier because the presentation is like a 2 grade. I can do better. But my understanding, hearing everybody, is why are you so in rush? If they're in violation, if they can prove themselves that they're not the residents of the city of Hamtramck by showing their primary residence, homestead, exemption, whatever, utility bill, whatever, the driver license, if you can prove otherwise, I'm not in support of anybody. The main concern I have, if there is a lawsuit because of the rush, and the clerk, Ms. Rana, has the power to use or abuse, I don't know. If she makes a decision to remove them today, based on some sort of urgency to give somebody a clear way to victory by removing these people, I can clearly sense this. Because there are 3 individuals in together behind these things. And I know for a fact, one of the candidates informed the city attorney about his situation. And he okays it, knowing all the laws and charter and everything represent the city. So my request would be, number 1, if there is a lawsuit, the residents must not be responsible for paying this. The decision maker, they will pay out of their pocket. And second, do not remove them from the ballot until the next meeting. Let the council decide. And after that, if you want to remove them from the vote, you can remove them. Thank you.
Thank you. Akiko, Shamim, do you want to speak again? No? Okay.
Shamim.
Thank you. I hear that today, ma'am, city official so interested to remove those gentlemen to their position. It is my judgment. So I like to request you as a mayor, you have a power to hold this meeting until next council meeting to remove or continue processing to that and find out this
investigator, who is the own this company? We have some information, so we know who own this investigation company, and purposely investigate those things. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jamil, can I have water, please?
Naim, do you want to speak again?
Thank you. Appreciate Thank
Saidul Islam? 2 minutes.
Hi guys, I'm sorry again. I want to say a couple things. I have nothing against anyone, just so you guys know, clear up. I have no interest in talking about anyone or removing anyone. All I'm trying to do, I'm trying to cover myself. Second thing, Mr. Mahmoud, what's your name again? Mr. Mohammed?
Mohit Mahmood.
Mohit Mahmoud. See, you're a respectable person in here. You're educated, I'm assuming. We voted you to be here, and you are basically working for us. But slamming the papers and stuff like that, we felt like disrespect.
I'm sorry for that.
This is intolerable. Second thing I wanted to say, strictly to our mayor. I know you're going to be leaving soon, and if you could fix a couple of the stuff for us, we'll highly appreciate it. It seems like outside city has a lot of influence in us, politicianly something. I don't know what's going on. If there's a way that we could check people ID to come to, I don't know if it's the law or if it's right or not, but if we could do that, check their ID, see if they're resident of Hamtramck, and have them coming in. So there'll be a less chaos and less talk and stuff like that. If we could do that, I'll highly appreciate it as a citizen. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. Rizal Chaudhry?
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. As attorney, our city attorney and city manager say, this meeting is to hear from the community. And you see the community speaks to keep these two gentlemen in the ballot. If Rana has to, a city clerk has to report today, my request will be to keep them until further decision from the city council. That's the way we can avoid the lawsuits, we can avoid the chaos and disbelief to each other. So this is my humble request. Please keep them in the ballot. As House speak, I heard only one person spoke against keeping them in ballot, and rest of them, everybody saying to keep them in ballot, not for this ongoing investigation. You cannot just take them out of the ballot. So keep you in safe zone, and we want to respect everybody. And if they proven guilty, they are not real residents, you can do it later, even though on the middle of the election or after the election. So why we should have rush? So save the city, save cities' money, and save the citizens. Thank you.
Thank you. Badrul Chaudhry? Oh, I'm sorry. Ahmad Sharaf.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Mr. Mohit Mahmood and Mr. Mayor, this gentleman here said that we're not allowed, and I would like immediate answer with that. IDing somebody, we're going back to the dictated city. I don't mean that by meaning it. He mentioned, and it's not against him or to speak direct to him, but this is what it is. He smacked the paper, he teared it up. I would like to ask everybody in the city, official or unofficial, what's the most important to you? Your family, wife, and reputation. What would you think if a media showed up the middle of the night, touring in your bedroom while your children sleeping, and just, you don't want to smack that? I'm glad that he did not smack my camera. It's a reputation. Please, for the God's sake, respect it. There is no freedom of speech. There's no freedom when you violate people heart and feeling. You're not sorry, sir. We are the sorry that we targeted you. Another thing, Mayor, if there's anything to be strict, please don't let no one except, official to link such a thing to the media before meeting like this. This is what happened. because, you know, I don't want to walk out there in fear of my life and my children. That happened to me 2 months ago, and I gave you that complaint. It's been going on. Please, Mr. Mayor, Chief of Police, City Manager, and our attorney, stop it as soon as you can. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Ramon Chowdhury? No? Shiraj Udin, you want to speak again? No? Nasir Subaj? No? Did Akiko Shamim speak again? You already did? Okay, you're all, that's it for public. And anything else? Anything else? Nothing, that's it for public comment.
All right, I think with that, we come to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, Rana will make a decision and go from there, but I do think this is gonna just, I think what was mentioned earlier is that Rana mentioned that the decision can be changed. So whatever she decides, I think the council needs to, it's not, I know that the council needs to hear this again next time when we actually have a full council. And then it needs to be decided. It's what the charter says. I know if state law differs from the charter, state law does supersede it, but here it doesn't. I'm sorry, it is what the charter tells us we have to do. I have a sense that people think that Max and Rana and potentially I wanted to do this for some reason. No, we did it. They did a background check for all the candidates, and we got a report that said 2 candidates don't live in the city. It was sent to me, and they say, what can we do? So the option is we can bury it and not do anything about it. That's illegal. The other option is we can follow what the charter says. Okay, so we couldn't just do something illegal, which is to crumple up the investigator's report, throw it in the garbage, and say we can't. But instead of what we didn't do is say, you know what, Councilman Abu Musa, Councilman Wahid, you're out. We're done with you. No, we didn't say that. We said, hold on, we don't know. If somebody owes a debt, that's one thing. A debt is black and white. You owe a debt, you're out. Okay? But an investigation into residency where you don't have a definitive answer, that's objective. And so I told Rana and Max, you can't make the decision. It has to be the council according to the charter. So that's why we brought it here emergency before the 4 p.m. deadline to let the charter make a decision. Let the council make a decision. We didn't want to do this. But the alternative would have been to do something illegal, which is to throw it away. We get the report, I would have loved for the report to say they live in the houses in Hamtramck, which they say they do. And I have no reason not to believe. It's just, I'm not the person to decide. That is not my role. It's not to decide. It's not Max's role to decide. Do they live here or not based on this evidence? It's the trier of fact, which is the city council. But because of a technicality, which I'm not sure a lot of people understand, we only have 3 councilmen here. So because we only have 3 councilmen, we don't have something called a quorum, where we can actually have a city council meeting. So instead of having a real city council meeting today, we have a study session, which we can't deliberate, we can't make decisions, we can't do resolutions. So that's why today there's no resolution from city council to say they stay on the ballot, or they're off the ballot, or they stay vacant, the position is vacant, or they're not vacant. We had to bring it to the council, and we presented what we did, even though that this full council wasn't here, and now we're in this position. It's not a position I guarantee you any of these people wanted to be in at all. In fact, I know that Max has a good relationship with Councilman Abu Musa and Councilman Wahid, and so do I. And so this is just the process. It sucks. This is what we're here to do. And at this point, I think the meeting is done, and Rana makes her decision and sends out her letters.
And I understand your frustration, but please, I hope it's not, like he's saying, it's not at us. We came here to give you the opportunity to push yourselves through if that's what you decide to do, you know? So it's not our decision. We didn't leave it for us.
We don't get enough time. It's not enough time given to us to prove ourselves.
I will not submit an
I
answer.
100%,
I will.
please, let's just stop. I 100% agree with you. It's not enough time. You guys got 2 days, it's not enough time.
Yesterday,
you guys had 1 hour, it's not enough time. If the council, full council was here, you could tell the full council, I haven't had enough time.
Or
Let's adjourn this to another hearing. We
this
don't have that.
3:45 yesterday, Max called the meeting, sent the letter.
Right, there's an
It's
18
not even 48 hours.
It
The
has 18
email went to
hours.
us 12:30 afternoon.
Right.
Why would you wait this 4 hours to send the email? Of course, people have their schedule, their obligation,
So
other
we didn't get
councilmen.
the report until yesterday around noon.
So
as soon as
without
we
getting
got
the report, how do you determine then and put it to the press? How did you
I
Hamtramck
don't
free?
know about how the press got it, but.
How the press got it? How's all the social media had it?
There's an agenda posted for the meeting.
Before the agenda at 3:45. I've been hearing from people before 3:45. So this is a game that somebody is playing, somebody influencing, and this is not what right. And we're gonna fight to death whatever is needed to be. I love Hamtramck. I love the residents. But if I have to go against, I'll go as far as I can go. And as I said, every document I have it here. This is not the where my car lives and where my car stay and how many car I have. It does not say the requirement when run a red. So you guys not going by the do and don't, going by the what the other guy said. And when people asking for his ID, he can even show his ID. So what kind of professional you guys hire? I don't even know. I'm confused about it. So I'll let it go. I'm not going to talk right now. Let's make your decision and we'll move forward.
So one final thing. Now, if Rana decides today, and then the next city council meeting decided something else, which is easier, to wait until the next city council and let them decide, and then save us all the headache of fixing things up, or let her decide now, and then the city council come maybe take a decision that against her decision, and then we have to start the process over.
Unfortunately, we can't make any decision. That's why I wanted a council here to make the decision. We can't. The Open Meetings Act prevents us, with only 3 councilmen here, from making a decision at all. So we can't make a decision. So at this point, if we have a 4 p.m. deadline, Rana has to make whatever decision she can at this point based on on her knowledge of the situation. However, what she's saying is, if the council changes their mind, she can potentially petition Wayne County to reverse it. So this is really just prolonging, whatever decision she makes is temporary at this point, it sounds like.
Can I just share with you? Few people also, residents say, she make any decision. Why she don't put the decision on the ballot and the council decided not to the ballot, we can revise it.
Because she has a 4 p.m. deadline, she
So,
has to say one way or
do
the
you
other.
understand my
Yeah,
point of view? I'm not telling my point of view, the residents, the
right.
audience,
No, I understand.
they're telling me, put them the ballot, if they're proven, you can remove it.
I understand you. That's certainly a reasonable request, yeah.
Councilman, we certainly will discuss that with the clerk after this to see what our legal options are on that. Nobody's trying to put the city in a bad situation. We're trying to have council make the decision. That's why we're here today. We're trying to make it. Looks like it's gonna get pushed.
See, this is the thing. If the final decision is for the city council, there's no point then for the clerk to decide, since we're gonna wait for their decision next time.
She has to say something one way or
I
the
mean,
other.
I'm saying,
before-
like,
So
yeah.
I guess it doesn't really matter what you say, because you're gonna have to be able to.
There's always deadlines, and then there's pushing deadlines. You're asking me to push a deadline with Wayne County. Is it doable? Possibly. Like I told you, the ballots aren't printed. I could possibly push a deadline.
So could we not report it right now and tell Wayne County that we're pushing it till the next council meeting? Is that possible?
We can play it off as they're on the ballot without withdrawing them or disqualifying them. And we can really disqualify anyone at any point before the ballots are printed. Even those that passed a background check. Let's say somebody who passed the background check is completely good, and in a week, they become a felon. You know, we can disqualify them, or if they move if they move next week, we can disqualify them off of the ballot. So it's doable.
No, you can't disqualify us, so for a felon, come on, man.
So I'm saying, like, for us, isn't it easier, for the logistics and, fixing stuff up, and to just leave it for next week in case the decision of the council say they will continue, then we don't have to change anything.
And we'll have a report, a full report.
Yeah, but if she disqualified and then they decide them to stay, then she have to deal with Wayne County and put them back in. And the reason I'm saying this is because I can predict what the council will decide for next time. I mean, you got 3 votes here already that will say yes. I mean, I can say it for themselves. Of course, they're not going to vote against themselves. But I'm just predicting what's going to happen and trying to make the process smoother. I mean, whatever you guys think, but this is my opinion.
Can I also mention that even if they decide to stay on the ballot and that's the route that the council goes, there are challengers out there that may challenge situations.
Correct, so we are probably.
So we will probably get challenged, just to give you guys the heads up.
Yeah, but
There
I
might
think that
be
is a good plan.
residential challengers who
Well,
might be challenging the situation.
That's true. I can see that some of them said they will sue the city. I can tell that. I mean, some of them already said,
We're
but
stuck, no matter what decision we made, whatever decision we end up making, we're gonna be attacked in one direction or another. So you just
that's
have
why
to make
we
the best decision you
followed
guys
the
can
law
possibly
and
make.
brought it to the council, because it's not supposed to be our decision, and it's not going to be. It's the council's decision, not ours. And that's why it has to be brought. Again, to not do so would be illegal. You have to follow the law, okay? No matter what our personal preferences would have been.
so I'm saying like now that we heard from one side of the community mostly, others are saying elsewise that like right now I just got text from some candidate that they are gonna sue the city, basically. But I'm not here. I said I'm not defending these gentlemen, but I want to be fair. We want to be fair for everybody. Now we didn't listen to the opposite viewpoint from the other candidates because they didn't show up in there. But I can see they are frustrated now. They said we're gonna sue the city because so. Let's see what the decision will be and what the city council will decide. And I think the attorney need to do more research about whether we are in violation of the state law or not. I mean,
I have done research. We're not in violation of state law. You're absolutely not. I know Mr. Owen is convincing, but it's not the case, I promise.
Okay, you'll see.
so it seems like the city will be subject to a lawsuit either way, like
Correct.
here or
It's
there.
going to be subject to a lawsuit either way. That's what we've known from the beginning, and that's why, at the end of the day, instead of Rana making a unilateral decision based on evidence that's provided to her, which she's not a judge. She can't decide this. That's why we brought it to the council. The council is technically the judge. And so, there's nothing else we could do. And everybody knew that there was background checks going on. Everybody knew.
Mr. Mayor, just a quick thing. First of all, I'm sorry, this is not my personality. I was really frustrated. It's a very angry moment, and it is like unexplainable, the embarrassing and the humiliation that I'm getting. And who bring it to this situation? If there's a private investigation going on, why would you wait for last moment? Why you have calling meeting today? Why didn't you get this report before last week council meeting? Who is responsible for this? You are the one running the show. Can I please finish?
I'm so sorry.
So you guys the one running the show. So this is look like you guys are targeted to people. So we're not gonna give them enough time. If you guys think that we are violating any law, you should have called us, say, hey, this is the violation came out, or the investigation came out. You guys need to prove yourself. We give you 24 hours, or 12 hours, or 48 hours. No discussion at all. Yesterday evening, we got an email that you disqualified. 3 hours later, we have a special meeting with the public. So it's just I don't know what's the process, Mr. Mayor. I mean, I know the attorney is going to know more than I do. I'm not the attorney, but this is not how it should be processed.
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Thank you.
If I may.
And I'm so sorry about the audience. This is not my personality. I apologize to everyone. I'm so much frustrated about the chaos. It's just unexplainable. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to add, nobody waited at all. The moment any candidate applied, the process began and it got sent over. So there was no delay, there was no last minute. From the moment the candidate applies, then it went out for processing. So there was no delay whatsoever on our part.
Okay, so I applied 14 days before maybe.
Right. So
And some people apply Monday and they got investigated Tuesday and that's done deal. So why do you wait 10 days for me to get the investigation?
They investigated for 14 days or 13 days. They investigated for all that time. That's the amount of time they had the GPS tether. That's the amount of time they did the video surveillance.
Well,
they only waited till the last day, and they did all of the candidates' homes, the checks with the neighbors. That was done on the last day for everyone because they didn't want to tip off one person or the other, so they did it all at the same time.
Mr. Attorney, your requirement doesn't say what your neighbor said.
I'm sorry? No.
Your
I'm
requirement,
not-
election requirement doesn't say what your
Councilman,
neighbor
I'm
said.
not saying one way or the other whether the proof is definitive or not. I'm just explaining an answer to your question about why it took so long. There was complaints about how it wasn't thorough and whatnot. I mean, basically, the minute you apply, they start the investigation, and the minute we got the report, we sent out, that's when we said, okay, let's schedule this meeting and alerted everybody. We could not do so without receiving official word to do anything because, you know, that would be way premature.
It became a hostile environment, and some people created it, and that's they need to pay for their, you know.
Are we adjourning? Is there any more reports?
That's it.
I think that's all.
It's Friday.
Thank you, Bill.
Charter,
Yeah,
tell me. The state law doesn't override the charter?